Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Ishtar. So it's been a year since I originally gamesplaned Ishtar. What do I think of it? Do I still like it? Have I even played it? I am glad you asked. I have managed to play this once. I played it as part of my alphabet in gaming, and I really enjoyed it. I actually really like Ishtar. I think it's a really wonderful game. There's enough going on with it to get your brain thinking, while still being a relatively straightforward game to actually get to the table. In essence, what you're doing is you're taking a tile and you're putting that onto a board, and you're trying to build up the largest space possible of things that are touching your little piece. When you place the tiles onto the board, you're getting any of the jewels that are covered up. You can use those jewels to then upgrade your skill. It's a relatively straightforward idea of a game. However, you're trying to block other people out. So this is all in the placement on the board. You're trying to block other people out, but be able to pick up as many of those jewels as you possibly can, so that you can continue to upgrade your stuff and get stronger at various elements, or get more points at the end of the game, or things like that. There is the ability to get extra pieces, and your choice of which tile to take it's in a circuit, and there's a marker just moving around that circuit, but you can pay to move it more than one, and so having those jewels is actually a really important thing to do. I really appreciate that. I find that the scaling of a 2-player up to a 4-player game is a worthwhile thing. It works quite nicely. You're just putting less of the fountains, which are the things you're trying to kind of link around, in on a smaller player count game. And look, all of that is really good. I've found that the physicality of the game on the table when you're playing is nice. There's some 3-dimensional fountains, and the tiles that you actually put out are relatively strong and stable and sturdy, and there's some nice art, and the whole deal. It's actually a really good game. I haven't heard anyone talking about it for a really long time, if at all. I fear this is one of those games that kind of got ignored as well. As many of the games I've been doing, they've kind of just flown under the radar a little bit. But it's been a while since I did this one, so I don't 100% remember. But I feel like this was one of those games that kind of got ignored a little bit. If you have the ability to get a copy of Ishtar and have a play of it, look, I would really heavily suggest to do it. I find this a really solid game, and it's a worthwhile one to kind of look in on and see if you would actually like it. As I say, it plays relatively straightforward, but there's a lot of thinking that can go on with where to place things, and that's kind of right in my wheelhouse of how I like to play games and how I think games should be going. So look, if you have or have not seen Ishtar before, I heavily suggest having a look at it. Have a look at my Gamesplanation to get a feel for what the game is and how it plays and all that type of stuff, to see if you would actually like it as well. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be gamesplaned, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.